Hi, it's Mark at FBA2USA. Come to FBA2USA.com for hints and tips on getting started on Amazon Seller Central. And today, protecting your IP. Now, there's all sorts of things in this subject, all the way from patents, trademarks, intellectual property, copyright. The subject is vast, and a lot of people make a lot of money out of the fact that they know more about it than you, or even me. But I have learned a few things about it along the way, and today I'm going to talk about trademarks. The first thing is to consider when you're starting out whether or not your name is indeed capable of getting a trademark. Now, that doesn't mean you need to get one right away, but while you're choosing your name, it is actually quite useful to do a search of that name on Google to find out if other people are using it and if they're using it in a context that's similar to yours. Now, two people can use the same name in a different business context from each other, so there's nothing stopping you using a name just because you find out that there's a fitness instructor or a librarian already using that name if what you're doing is selling a physical product. However, if you are choosing a name, it is actually quite useful if you think that in your segment you will be able to ultimately get a trademark at some point in time. Because if you can, then without even spending any money, you can immediately start by adding TM to that name everywhere that you use it while you're starting selling on Amazon. Now, TM is a trademark, which means that it's in practice being used by a business, although it is not registered. It's not a particularly strong level of protection, and other people can defeat your trademark if they have a registered trademark with a similar name and they want to stop you using it. However, using it does give you some rights, and if you can show, as you probably will be able to on Amazon, how long you've been using it, that gives you some rights as well and gives you the right to register it later. So it is worth trying to think about that and potentially using that straight away. Registered trademarks are a different thing, but are a very useful form of protection if you're actually making quite a lot of money. Now, just to give you an idea, it's a couple of $1,000s to register a trademark in the USA, and actually a similar number in the UK, in the European Union, in Australia and New Zealand. So it's not something you would enter upon lightly. And if you're going to think about selling in all of these jurisdictions one day, as you may, then be prepared for spending something more like $10,000. Now, that might sound like a lot of money when you're starting out and you haven't sold a product, but $10,000 may at one stage be either your monthly or even weekly income. So it probably is worth thinking about and keeping it in mind. In the meantime, use the name, use the letters TM next to the name, and also consider registering the domain with that name or with something very similar to it so that you can begin using that as part of your Amazon tool. That's it from me. Come to FBA2USA.com for more hints and tips like this. Thanks.